You were not made to be chosen by everyone. Stop begging for approval from people who were never meant to understand your purpose. Rejection is not your enemy. It is your filter. It is life's way of saving you from what was never yours to begin with. And if you have been rejected, accept it, not with bitterness, not with shame, but with the dignity of someone who knows that what is meant for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you. Let me tell you something that will set you free today. You are not everybody's assignment. You are not everybody's friend. You are not everybody's favorite. And that is not a weakness. That is your design. A key does not open every door. A doctor does not treat every disease. A seed does not grow in every soil. And you, my friend, were not created to be accepted by everyone. You were created for a specific assignment. And rejection is the universe telling you that you are wasting your time in the wrong room with the wrong people, chasing the wrong dream. The problem is that we have been taught to fear rejection like it is death. We have been conditioned to believe that if someone rejects us, something is wrong with us, that we are not good enough, not smart enough, not pretty enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough. And so we spend our entire lives trying to fix ourselves, trying to change ourselves, trying to shrink ourselves, just to fit into spaces that were never built for us in the first place. And in doing so, we reject ourselves before anyone else ever does. We abandon our purpose. We silence our voice. We hide our gift. And we die without ever becoming who we were created to be. But let me tell you what rejection really is. Rejection is not a verdict on your value. Rejection is a redirection to your destiny. Rejection is God's protection. Rejection is the hand of heaven pushing you away from what would have destroyed you, delayed you, distracted you, or diminished you. Every no you receive is making room for the yes that belongs to you. Every door that closes is forcing you toward the door that has your name on it. Every person who walks away is clearing the path for the person who is supposed to walk with you. Rejection is not the end of your story. Rejection is the beginning of your breakthrough. But here is the tragedy. Most people do not accept rejection. They fight it. They resent it. They internalize it. They make it mean something about their identity instead of something about their direction. And so they stay stuck. They stay bitter. They stay broken. They spend years trying to prove themselves to people who have already moved on. They waste their energy trying to open doors that were locked for a reason. They sacrifice their future trying to change the past. And in the process, they miss the very thing that rejection was trying to give them: clarity. Rejection is clarity. It tells you where you do not belong. It shows you who does not see your value. It reveals what is not aligned with your purpose. And when you accept rejection, when you stop fighting it, when you stop taking it personally, you give yourself permission to move forward. You give yourself permission to let go. You give yourself permission to find the people, the places, the opportunities, and the assignments that are actually meant for you. Let me tell you a story. There is a lion born in the jungle, raised to be king. One day, the lion finds himself in a chicken coop. Maybe he wandered in by mistake. Maybe someone trapped him there. Maybe he was young and did not know better. But now he is there, surrounded by chickens, and the chickens do not understand him. They do not move like him. They do not roar like him. They do not hunt like him. And so they reject him. They mock him. They tell him he does not belong. They tell him he is too loud, too aggressive, too different. And the lion, desperate to be accepted, starts acting like a chicken. He starts pecking at the ground. He starts clucking. He starts living small. And for a moment, the chickens accept him. But deep inside, the lion is miserable, because a lion was never meant to live in a chicken coop. A lion was meant to rule the jungle. That is what rejection does. It forces you out of the chicken coop. It reminds you that you are a lion. It pushes you back into the wild where you were always meant to be. And yes, it hurts. Yes, it feels like failure. Yes, it feels like loss. But it is not. It is liberation. It is rescue. It is the universe saying, you do not belong here, and I love you too much to let you stay. Now, let me be very clear about something. Accepting rejection does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you are giving up. It does not mean you are a quitter. It means you are wise. It means you have enough self-respect to stop forcing yourself into spaces that do not want you. It means you have enough faith to believe that something better is waiting for you. It means you have enough courage to walk away from what is comfortable and familiar, even if it is killing you, because you know you were made for more. And here is the truth that nobody wants to tell you. Some of the best things that ever happened to you started with rejection. That job you did not get led you to the career that changed your life. That person who broke your heart made room for the person who truly loves you. That opportunity you lost opened the door for the opportunity you were actually ready for. Rejection is not punishment. Rejection is preparation. It is training you. It is strengthening you. It is teaching you resilience, patience, endurance, and faith. And when you finally arrive at the place you were meant to be, you will look back and thank God for every door that closed, for every person who said no, for every moment you felt rejected, because it was all leading you here. But you have to stop taking rejection personally. You have to stop making it mean something about your worth. You have to stop letting other people's opinions define your identity. You have to stop giving away your power to people who do not even know your purpose. You have to stop living your life trying to prove something to people who do not matter. You have to stop begging to be chosen when you were already chosen before you were born. Listen to me very carefully. You were not born by accident. You were not a mistake. You were not a surprise. You were not random. You were intentionally created by a creator who does not make junk. You were designed with a specific purpose, a specific gift, a specific assignment, and a specific destiny. And everything you need to fulfill that purpose is already inside of you. You do not need anyone's permission. You do not need anyone's approval. You do not need anyone's validation. You already have everything you need. And the people who are meant to recognize it will recognize it. And the people who do not will not. And that is okay. Because here is what most people do not understand. Rejection is not about you. It is about alignment. It is about timing. It is about purpose. A seed does not grow in concrete, not because the seed is broken, but because concrete is not soil. A fish does not survive in the desert, not because the fish is weak, but because the desert is not water, and you do not thrive in every environment. Not because you are not good enough, but because not every environment was designed for you. And so when you are rejected, when you are overlooked, when you are misunderstood, when you are excluded, the question is not what is wrong with me. The question is, am I in the right place? Am I with the right people? Am I pursuing the right thing? Because you can be the most talented, the most gifted, the most brilliant person in the room and still be rejected simply because you are in the wrong room. And if you spend your life trying to make the wrong room accept you, you will never find the right room. Let me tell you what happens when you accept rejection. You stop wasting time. You stop wasting energy. You stop wasting emotion. You stop investing in people who do not invest in you. You stop chasing opportunities that are not chasing you. You stop fighting battles that are not yours to fight. And you start focusing on what matters. You start protecting your peace. You start honoring your time. You start valuing your gift. You start walking in your purpose. And when you do that, when you finally accept rejection and move forward with confidence, something shifts. The right doors start opening. The right people start showing up. The right opportunities start presenting themselves. Not because you changed who you are, but because you stopped trying to be someone you are not. And let me tell you something else. The people who reject you today will remember you tomorrow. Not because you begged them, not because you proved yourself, but because you moved on. Because you accepted the rejection, because you walked away with your head held high. Because you became who you were always meant to be without them. And when they see you thriving, when they see you winning, when they see you fulfilled, they will realize what they missed. And by then it will not matter, because you will be too busy living your purpose to care about their opinion. But here is where most people get stuck. They accept the rejection, but they hold on to the pain. They accept the no, but they hold on to the bitterness. They accept the loss, but they hold on to the resentment. And so they move forward physically, but they stay stuck emotionally. And that is not acceptance, that is torture. True acceptance means you release the pain. You release the bitterness. You release the resentment. You release the need to understand why. You release the need for closure. You release the need for an apology. You release the need for revenge. You let it go. You forgive. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Because here is the truth. Holding on to rejection is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It does not hurt them. It hurts you. It keeps you trapped in the past. It keeps you focused on what you lost instead of what you are gaining. It keeps you replaying the rejection instead of rehearsing your comeback. And the longer you hold on, the longer you delay your destiny. So let it go. Not because it did not hurt, but because you refuse to let it define you. And let me tell you something powerful. When you finally accept rejection, when you finally release the pain, when you finally forgive and move forward, you will realize that rejection was never about you being not enough. It was about you being too much. Too much for that relationship. Too much for that job. Too much for that friendship. Too much for that environment. You were not rejected because you were lacking. You were rejected because you were overflowing. And they did not have the capacity to contain you. Think about it. A small cup cannot hold an ocean, not because the ocean is wrong, but because the cup is too small. A small mind cannot understand a big vision, not because the vision is flawed, but because the mind is limited. A small heart cannot appreciate a big love, not because the love is not real, but because the heart is not ready. And sometimes you are rejected simply because you are too big for the space you are trying to fit into. And that is not a reason to shrink. That is a reason to expand. So stop trying to make yourself smaller to make other people comfortable. Stop dimming your light to make other people feel less insecure. Stop hiding your gift to make other people feel less threatened. Stop apologizing for being who you were created to be. You were not made to fit in. You were made to stand out. You were not made to blend. You were made to shine. You were not made to follow. You were made to lead. And if that intimidates people, if that offends people, if that rejects people, then those are not your people. Let me give you another example. There is a diamond buried deep in the earth, surrounded by dirt and pressure and heat. For years, it stays there, hidden, unnoticed, unappreciated. But the diamond does not complain. The diamond does not try to become dirt. The diamond waits. Because the diamond knows that one day someone with the right eyes, someone with the right tools, someone with the right knowledge will come and dig it out. And when that happens, the diamond will be clean, polished, valued, and placed in a setting worthy of its worth. But until then, the diamond remains a diamond. Even in the dirt, even in the darkness, even in the rejection, that is you. You are the diamond, and rejection is just the dirt. It does not change your value. It does not define your worth. It does not determine your destiny. It is just temporary. It is just part of the process. It is just the journey from hidden to revealed, from unknown to celebrated, from rejected to accepted by the right people. But here is the key. You have to believe you are the diamond, even when you are surrounded by dirt, even when no one sees you, even when everyone overlooks you, even when you are rejected again and again and again. You have to hold on to the truth of who you are. You have to protect your identity. You have to guard your heart. You have to remember your purpose. Because if you start believing the rejection, if you start internalizing the no, if you start agreeing with the people who do not see your value, you will bury yourself deeper. And the world will never see the diamond you were meant to be. So let me ask you a question. How long are you going to let rejection control you? How long are you going to let the opinions of other people determine your next move? How long are you going to let the fear of being rejected again keep you from trying again, from loving again, from dreaming again, from stepping out again? How long are you going to stay stuck in the pain of yesterday when your purpose is calling you into tomorrow? It is time to accept the rejection, not as defeat, but as direction, not as failure, but as favor, not as the end, but as the beginning. It is time to stop replaying the past and start rehearsing the future. It is time to stop mourning what you lost and start celebrating what you are about to gain. It is time to stop asking why they rejected you and start asking where you are being redirected. Because the answer to that question will change your life. And let me tell you something you need to hear. Your breakthrough is on the other side of your acceptance. Your destiny is on the other side of your release. Your joy is on the other side of your forgiveness. Your peace is on the other side of your surrender. But you cannot get there while you are still holding on to the rejection. You cannot move forward while you are still looking backward. You cannot step into your future while you are still chained to your past. So accept it. Accept the rejection. Accept the no. Accept the loss. Accept the disappointment. Accept the pain. Not because it did not matter, but because you matter more. Not because it was not real, but because your future is more real. Not because it was easy, but because you are strong enough. And when you accept it, when you truly let it go, you will feel something you have not felt in a long time. You will feel free. You will feel light. You will feel ready. And that freedom, that lightness, that readiness is what will carry you into the next chapter of your life. Now, let me tell you what happens when you live in acceptance. When you stop fighting rejection, when you stop taking it personally, when you stop letting it define you, you become unstoppable. Not because you never get rejected again, but because rejection no longer stops you, you become fearless. Not because you are not afraid, but because your fear of staying stuck is greater than your fear of being rejected. You become powerful, not because you have all the answers, but because you trust the process. And here's the beautiful part. When you live in acceptance, when you walk in your purpose, when you honor your gift, when you protect your peace, the right people show up, the right opportunities open, the right doors unlock. Not because you begged, not because you proved yourself, but because you became who you were always meant to be. And the right things are always attracted to the right person. So stop wasting your energy trying to convince people of your value. Stop wasting your time trying to make people see what they are not ready to see. Stop wasting your life trying to fit into places you were never meant to be. Just be yourself. Just walk in your truth. Just trust your journey. And watch what happens. Watch how the people who are meant to stay will stay. Watch how the opportunities that are meant to come will come. Watch how the doors that are meant to open will open. Not because you forced it, but because it was always meant for you. And let me end with this. Rejection is not the opposite of success. Rejection is part of the process of success. Every successful person you admire has been rejected more times than you can count. Every great leader has been overlooked. Every powerful voice has been silenced. Every brilliant mind has been doubted. Every incredible talent has been dismissed. But they did not stop. They did not quit. They did not give up. They accepted the rejection. They learned from it. They grew from it. They used it as fuel. And they kept moving forward. And so can you. So if you have been rejected, accept it. Not with bitterness, but with grace. Not with shame, but with dignity. Not with defeat, but with faith. Because rejection is not your end. Rejection is your beginning. Rejection is not your failure. Rejection is your redirection. Rejection is not your curse. Rejection is your gift. And when you finally see it that way, when you finally accept it that way, when you finally embrace it that way, everything changes. You stop being a victim. You start being a victor. You stop being stuck. You start being free. You stop being defined by what people said no to. You start being defined by what you said yes to. And you realize that the same rejection that once broke you is the same rejection that built you. The same no that once hurt you is the same no that helped you. The same door that once closed on you is the same door that opened for you. Because rejection was never about stopping you. Rejection was always about positioning you. So today, right now, in this moment, make a decision. Decide that you will no longer be controlled by rejection. Decide that you will no longer be defined by what people think of you. Decide that you will no longer waste your life trying to fit into spaces that were never designed for you. Decide that you will accept every rejection as a redirection. Decide that you will trust the process even when you do not understand it. Decide that you will walk in your purpose even if you have to walk alone. Decide that you will honor your gift even if no one else does. Decide that you will live your life on purpose, with purpose, for purpose. And when you do that, when you make that decision, when you take that step, you will look back one day and realize that the best thing that ever happened to you was the moment you accepted rejection and moved forward anyway. Because you were not made to be accepted by everyone. You were made to be extraordinary. You were not made to fit in. You were made to lead. You were not made to follow the crowd. You were made to change the world. And rejection is just life's way of making sure you do not settle for anything less than the greatness you were created for. So accept it. Embrace it. Learn from it. Grow from it. And then move forward. Because your destiny is waiting. Your purpose is calling. Your breakthrough is coming. And nothing, not rejection, not failure, not pain, not loss, not fear, nothing can stop you now. You are unstoppable. You are unbreakable. You are undeniable. And the world is about to find out exactly who you were always meant to be. So go, rise, shine, and show them what happens when someone finally accepts rejection and steps into their true power. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your season. And if you have been rejected, accept it. Because your acceptance is the key to your destiny. Now go live it.